Hi, this is Kathy He from John R. Wood and Christie's International. Again, we have our series, and today's topic is counteroffer. So you've made that offer. Congratulations! And now the seller has come back with a counteroffer. And really, this is when the negotiation begins. It's a back and forth conversation between the buyer and the seller after the initial offer has been presented. And there are a few steps to go through that is part of the counteroffer process. And I'm happy to take you through those now. Once you put the offer in, there will be timelines associated with it. And it can be 1 day, 2 days for the seller to respond and counter your buyer's offer. And that will be written in the contract by your agent. Hopefully that's me. And those terms must be met by the seller, and they will have time to think about it and come up with a counter or accept the offer that you provided. So you're putting in your initial offer, and you as the buyer, I submit it on your behalf. And remember, all that paper will be sent to you electronically. There's zip forms, there's authenticism. There are various forms of tools that we use for your signature to be done electronically. It's very easy, and if you're not really savvy on the computer or the phone, I can always help you with that. So you'll be asked to sign the contracts and initial it. And then once the seller receives your offer, it's now up to the seller to respond. And they can respond to the initial offer in 3 ways. 1, they can accept the offer as it is presented, and then the process moves towards closing. Number 2, of course, they can reject the offer and they can just say no. Say it was a lowball offer, or there were contingencies on financing, or there was a contingency to sell their own home, and maybe they're on a short time frame and they want to sell immediately. So they just reject it and they don't even counter. Number 3 is the counteroffer, and that's what our discussion is about today. The counteroffer poses from the seller changes to the terms of your buyer's offer, and therefore it's creating a counteroffer to you, the buyer. And this will be presented to you by your agent. Again, hopefully that's me. And the counteroffer may include adjustments to the purchase price, the closing date, contingencies like I had mentioned, other terms. It's basically changing your original offer. And that will be sent to you by me. And again, electronically, you will have a discussion and you can decide whether to accept it or counter again. So again, if we counter, we will be redacting and redlining information on the contract, and you'll be asked to initial that. And then once you decide if we want to counter back, it's then back up to the buyer's response. Once you read over the counter offer, now it's up to you, the buyer, to respond, and you have options. You can accept the counter offer as is. If you agree to the changes of the price, you can accept it, and the process moves forward again to closing. You can reject the counter. If you're not satisfied with the counteroffer, you can reject the counter and walk away from the contract at that point in time. You also can submit another counter back. So say they said in closing in 45 days and you want it to be 60 days. We can counter back and forth numerous times. And you can further decide to negotiate on additional changes and submit a counteroffer. Again, that would be done electronically, looking for your initials and signatures. Negotiations and iterations of this process can go back and forth for many, many times. And it's just a matter of collaborating with your agent and understanding what the terms are and whether they're acceptable to you as the buyer. And once there's a mutual acceptance, we are ready to move forward with the contract. And at that point, we have a binding contract, or what we call an executed contract. And then many dates are based upon the date of the last signature or initial. And those dates are, in real estate, sometimes very time sensitive. And each counter offer typically comes with an expiration date. And that's something, as your realtor, again, I pay great attention to, because then the next step would be to receive the deposit, move forward with the inspection, and then the buyer's election, and the second deposit, and walkthroughs and closings and so forth. So there's several steps in here, but counter offers are a way for us to move a deal forward, move your offer to a successful closing, and get an executed contract. I hope this has been helpful today on counter offers. And if you have any questions, please contact me, Kathy He, at 802-363-2411, or please visit my website, kathyhe.com, for all my listings. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I have many more videos like this to come. Thank you.